Have you ever wondered why Marilyn Monroe continues to enchant the world with her timeless beauty? While many stars have come and go, none have captivated us like Marilyn, leaving us curious about the secret behind her enduring charm. If you think her beauty was merely superficial, Father Alex is gonna prove you wrong. Some might attribute it to solely her looks, but the truth is that Marilyn's beauty was as much as her inner radiance as her iconic appearance. Despite the presence of stunning stars before and after her, Marilyn's charm and allure were not just innate. She practiced these qualities diligently while no one was around. It was this meticulous formulation in private and a deliberate practice that gave her such a captivating aura. It is the secret to what made her stand out. So in this video, Father Alex is gonna uncover these 5 qualities that made Marilyn a true icon of beauty, inside and out, and how you too can learn how to have such an effect and influence and captivate anyone who you come across. And if you guys enjoy this type of content and you want to work with Father Alex one-on-one, you guys can click in the description down below where it says work with Father Alex. And let's just say you have a granny and she's dating her own grandpa hunk, and maybe he's pulling away and not treating her the way she deserves. We don't want granny's life to be cut short. Book a one-on-one phone call with me today and I'll be able to talk to your granny to make sure that that guy knows who's boss. Yeah, that's right. I'll teach your granny how to make sure that he treats her the way she deserves, like the queen that she is. If he doesn't want to commit, I'll teach her the strategy to make him commit. If he's pulling away, I'll teach her the strategy to make sure that he chases. If he wants to act like he's the one with the power, I'll teach her how to take back her power. Yeah, that's right, people. Father Alex is here to empower grannies all around the world. But all you gotta do is book a call with me and you'll have me on the phone and we'll fix that problem. Uno a uno. Anyways, with that being said, let's begin with the video. All right, first things first, she had a lot of symmetry, more than the average person, right? And the thing also about her was her eyes. She had large, expressive blue eyes that were accentuated with makeup to enhance the allure, right? That was some of her physical features. She also had full lips. Pouty lips were one of her signature features, often highlighted with bold red lipstick. And the reason why red is because that's the color of attraction, right? In fact, studies show that when you wear red, you look more attractive, literally, right? Even food that looks more red is more attractive. The next thing was her smile, right? She had a captivating smile that conveyed a warmth and a charm. She didn't have that cold, dark attractiveness. She had more of like a happy, go-lucky type of energy about her. She's almost like she's like trying to welcome you to join her. I was gonna say her diddy party, but no diddy party, right? And the next thing is her skin, right? Her complexion was smooth and luminous, often described as having a natural glow, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's right. Now, with her body, that was honestly one of the most unique qualities of her, right? She had an hourglass figure. Marilyn's body was celebrated for its classic hourglass figure with a well-defined waist and balanced proportion. In other words, she was thick, like fucking 60s thick, ladies and gentlemen, right? She had them curves, like them waves, people, like it was so wavy, it looked like there was an earthquake around there, right? She embraced her curves, which a lot of women during that time didn't, right? And she was considered the symbol of femininity and sensuality because of those curves. Right, she set their standards. And the next thing is, like I always talk about the posture. If you look at all of her videos, she has perfect, beautiful posture, right? Now, other things that she had high cheekbone, right? Her prominent cheekbones added definition and structure to the face. She had soft features. She had round features. And we all know that round features is really attractive. It conveys a sense of femininity and gentleness, right? Her eyebrows were well-shaped, arched eyebrows framed her eyes beautifully, adding to the expressive look, right? Their nose, she had a small, delicate nose that complemented her other face. And then above all, playful expression. When you look at her, she's playful. She's not serious. She's not trying to be the dark feminine. She's trying to be the golden retriever of hotness, ladies and gentlemen, right? So as you can see, she was a beautiful woman, but it's not like that was all she needed to be Marilyn Monroe. What we're going to talk about right now is truly the essence of what she was. Because I'll be honest with you, you don't have to be extraordinarily beautiful to have the siren-like effect. I've seen a lot of women apply what I'm about to tell them, and guys just fawn over them. Because guys don't want reality, ladies and gentlemen. They want a fantasy. So let me show you how to create that fantasy that will make them leave his kids for you. Yeah, that's right. Actually, there's actually a very important quality about her. Let's continue. So the voice, all right, let's talk about the voice, right? She has an innocent voice. It's almost like her voice is almost like she just woke up but is barely awake. Her voice was more like a soothing water, just soothing and relaxing, like a mother speaking to his child, right? She never hurried, she never spoke fast, she never had a squeaky voice. She always talked as though she's just laying in bed and looking at the ceiling, never talking in a hurried way, which also goes to the body language, right? No, to the clothing. So you have the voice, right? And then the clothing. Clothing is how you create the goddess effect. Let me just say that out there. Clothing is how you create the goddess larger than life effect, right? And just think about any woman that has like a larger than life quality to her. Almost all of them show that larger than life quality through their clothing. So you got to learn to, it's almost like a building, a very ugly ass simple building made by today, you know, those freaking. So you want to be like a freaking Italian building, okay? Where if you look at a building, it has unnecessary ornaments, as opposed to a building you'll see in America that's just a freaking block, like a freaking Lego, right? And it lacks that life. When you don't wear adornments, you are literally losing points in charisma, losing points in goddess type of energy. So you gotta learn how to ornament yourself, right? So you want to think about, what is the archetype that I want to go for? Do you want to go for the schoolgirl? Do you want to go for the professor? Do you want to go for the MILF, right? Do you want to go for the bad bitch who wears freaking Timberland boots, right? And it's from the Bronx, right? What kind of mythical figure in the zeitgeist do you want to imitate? Right? Because you got to find one that is very similar to you. Is it Marilyn Monroe? Or maybe it's the ladies from the Addams family, right? You want to have more of that dark element. The way that you could give yourself a larger than life is to make sure that you don't just wear clothes, but wear the ornaments. You'll notice these ladies, if you strip away the ornaments, the whole vibe goes away, right? So it's important to not just look plain, have something, to have an ornament. And another thing is that you use clothing in order to masquerade the true self, which is what? Marilyn Monroe was not really Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe was a girl from Bumblefuck, but who people knew was the image that she put out into the world, right? That's what people are going to be reacting to, not your real self, right? And this is why she was lonely. Honestly, she was lonely because she was playing this image and it worked perfectly, right? But in order for her to maintain that image, there needs to be some distance, right? So yeah, the voice, the clothing, play to the past. Play to men's fantasy. What do guys like? Guys like, for example, Sailor Moon, right? For example, right? Some guys now like the teacher, the hot teacher, right? Or, you know, there are certain fantasies. Just go to the Pornhub shit, right? And Google what are some of the fantasies, and you'll see the type of stuff that they're into. And so if you could resemble that, all of a sudden that'll happen. All of a sudden you will have that goddess-like quality, and that's what she did. Right? Now, the next thing is, what added to her beauty wasn't just the fact that she was beautiful, right? It was also some of the things that she did. For example, she was a highly talented woman. She wasn't dumb. She played the dumb. Remember, it's all an image. She played the innocent. You wanna know why she did that? I'll tell you later. She played all of that. But it was an image. She was really smarter than she was. Right? That's what I'm trying to help you understand. This is a game, not a psychological manipulation game, but a game where you are on the stage and you're giving people a show, right? As long as there's physical distance, let's just say you are a freaking DJ, right? As long as there's a physical distance, give them something to look at, something out of the ordinary. Don't just dress normal. Create almost like a costume, but not too costumish, but enough for them to sense that you look like something, but they can't point to. Right? For example, when you look at me, I did not realize the people who kind of look like me are Jimi Hendrix, fucking some other black dude. I don't know, man. I did not even listen to Jimi Hendrix up until a few months ago, right? So I was kind of shocked, but the women were like, dude, oh my God, you got the Jimi Hendrix look. I'm like, the Jimi, let me get my stick, right? Since some of this came right now, right? And it's kind of funny because ever since, I've been dressing differently. Every year I dress differently for some reason. But it seems like some of the women that like me, they like Jimi Hendrix, right? I don't know, right? That's kind of weird. But you're playing on a projection, right? So that's one thing, right? So she was highly talented, so you just cannot do what she's doing and not be talented. That's not how it works, right? The next thing, another inequality is that the audience felt how much she wanted attention. the audience felt it, right? She was vulnerable. She showed her weakness. She showed her desire to be loved. And that vulnerability draws people into you. She was not afraid to show that she was depressed. She was not afraid to show that she needed the attention of the audience. In fact, she even said it multiple times that she lives for the audience. But it has another effect. It not only makes people feel like you want them, but also it shows their vulnerability. Right? She embraced her vulnerability, her childlike look. So she knew that she had a childlike look, and so she embellished it. Right? She exaggerated the childlike look so that she could just go with the grain. Right? So you got to find out, what is your archetype? What type of person are you? And then embellish it a little bit more. Go a little further than you should. And what will happen is that when people see you, they'll have almost like a starstruck effect. It'll have a starstruck effect because you only see people look that way in movies. Right? Now, I'm not asking you guys to be freaking walking around with a freaking Spider-Man costume. No, I'm just saying have some inspiration from mythical figures, from stereotypes that we see in culture, right? And another quality to her childlike state is that to her vulnerability, is that it gave guys the illusion that they could control her. It gave guys the illusion that they have hope. It gave guys the illusion that she really needed him. And then all of a sudden, when she pulled away because she was distant, they would chase even harder. But it was because she gave them the confidence to think that they're the ones controlling her, when in reality, she's controlling them. Which goes to the next point: embrace your natural. If you have an innocent look, play on the innocent look. Don't try to look like a freaking Terminator. But if you got the Terminator look, play up on that, right? She embraced whatever quality she had, she embraced it, right? Which also goes into the next point, is that her innocence allowed her to be overly sexual because of her innocent vibe. There was a movie that she did where she acted like she couldn't pick up the bags, right? And the guy came up to her, and you'll notice that she's playing like she needs his help. You'll notice that she acts like she's completely helpless. She could do the things if she wanted, but she understood a psychological makeup of men is that men need to feel needed, right? And whenever they see a woman that needs help, she automatically becomes more attractive. I swear to God, nothing's more unattractive to a guy than a self-sufficient woman that don't need him. I'm like, but then why the hell should I be with you, right? So it's kind of like play up on your weaknesses. If you're really strong and you're really successful, play up on something, man. You can't be so freaking perfect, right? Show some weakness, shed a tear, man. Like, tell them how tough your days are, man. Guys need to help. Guys want to help, ladies and gentlemen. And just like women like to be helped, guys like to help. It's in our nature. Give them that ability, even if you don't need it. So it created a hot and cold dynamic, a dark and light side. The light being the innocent girl look. I don't know. I'm not aware that I'm showing my boobs halfway. I'm ignorant. Oops. To the whole sexual look and just the sexuality oozing from her, right? It creates a weird dynamics. Childlike state, sexuality. First of all, you're going straight to prison for that. Second of all, it's a weird dichotomy that people have a hard time sort of like embracing. And that's where the next point is. She's dangerous. She has a dangerous quality to her, right? Powerful men tend to be drawn to women like her. Kennedy, for example, right? And the danger that she had was the fact that the guys were having affairs with her. So she was a forbidden fruit. She was more attracted to guys that were taken. And to those guys' point of view, because they were in a relationship, made Marilyn Monroe look much more alluring, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's right. So that was the element of danger. The element of danger could be that you don't want to get caught. The element of danger could be that maybe, I don't know, to be honest with you, but you got to find your own danger without going to prison. And now, this to me is the part that goes along with the most important part, is that she was close yet distant. If she was too close to you, you would see through the siren effect and you feel disenchanted, right? It's like post-nut clarity, right? She was able to enhance her physical beauty because I said, like we said, it wasn't that she was exceptional, but that she enhanced her beauty. She went Kaioken times 10, Super Saiyan Siren on you guys, and she created this effect by enhancing. It's like a Photoshop, people. How? Through distance and space. A hint of coldness. I'm close, but you can never fully have me. And this is where the mistake for women like her is that they never fully find someone because they never get close enough. One, if they get close enough, she's gonna feel like they're gonna get turned off. And usually women like her feel like they don't feel enough. They don't feel like they're lovable enough, and so they have to put on an act. And they realize that if they let people get too close to them, they'll see through the act and pull away. And so in order for them to avoid getting rejected, they keep people at a distance. And that's the issue, is that women like her end up alone. People will start to see her as easy, and all the women in her life were jealous of her, right? Because she was getting every man, and women didn't trust her. Why? Because she was banging dudes who were taken. And so it's beauty, you know, she was beautiful, but it came at a big, big price. So what's the overall impression? What Marilyn had was a temporary power, a power that is only skin deep, a power that only lasts a few years. This is why we remember her so well, because unfortunately she passed away too early. But just like she would have been a victim of the effects of time. As she would have gotten older, her act would have gotten a little bit too old, right? So that's why you want to just take bits of her, but not completely, because if not, you'll end up alone, you know? So it's not a good thing. And if you guys want to learn how to apply this in your life, because a lot of you guys are watching this and want to have that aura, but you say, Father Alex, you have too many videos. Well, why don't you join the Mindful Attraction University, where you could sit right in front of Professor Alex. You raise your hand. Quenisha, you raising your hand. Melissa, you raising your hand. Deborah, you raising your hand. Desiree, the Puerto Rican girl, you raising your hand. All of you guys could be students. Even Tyrone, the personal trainer. You guys can check out my course. You guys can purchase all of my courses by becoming part of the Mindful Attraction University, where you get all of my courses: the Psychological Game of Attraction, Charisma Blueprint, Natural Chemistry, the Feminine Woman, Emotional Mastery. All of those courses are meant to apply all of these strategies. You could get them all at a highly discounted rate, or you could purchase them all individually. They're under $99 each course, right? And above all, there's a money back guarantee and a lifetime access to it. Yeah, that's right, people. You can just click on the description down below and you'll have me as your professor. And above all, you'll make me proud, okay? And you could tell people you watch my channel. Anyways, click on the description down below and I'll see you in class. Take care.